and I suppose these guys are just about ready to go. We are off. We are running. The moon is crashing. Run for your lives. Yogi the monk is going to get out of bed first to find that it is 50 rupees. Heading out of the house into the rain, and we wait for BadmoonZ to catch up timer-wise, and now that we're both in sync, we get to the escape portion of our procedure. And nothing different, nothing out of the ordinary in regards to this. So as these guys make their way around and around the castle, for those people who haven't seen any of these races before, everything has been shuffled as far as the items are concerned. The swords, the silver arrows in a chest somewhere, or maybe out on the floor somewhere. We're going to come up to the uncle. We're going to find the fighter's sword. It's the level 1 sword. It's guaranteed in this, the casual style play that we do here with the randomizer. And in the first chest, in the second chest rather, we find a piece of heart. Now, both of these runners are getting a bomb drop relatively early, so they're not going to have to worry about farming for bombs through the entire procedure of the escape. And the importance behind the bombs is to make sure that you have one for the final long hallway of the escape, so you can bomb in and get the 3 chests, so you don't have to make a backtrack. I've yet to see a race in the tournament that has needed that backtrack, but more of our statistics have been centered around the podium and whether or not the podium has been required.
Sorry about that.
And welcome back.
Sorry.
So
I had to refresh my tea.
I had to refresh your tea. So what kind of things are you looking forward to in this race?
Well, another good one like yours. I think we all are.
Yeah, I would love to have another nice race like that.
Yeah. So, did you enjoy your last race, man?
Well, I enjoyed the last race until I finished off Ganon, got to the IRC, and found out that I was not done before by 6 whole minutes. But that's neither here nor there. We got a couple more runners to go on through here as Yogi the monk and BadmoonZ makes their way down through the escape.
BadmoonZ actually just reminds me of a card game.
What's that?
BadmoonZ just reminds me of a card game. Oh, I should say a trading card in a card game. But, close.
Yogi the monk getting pestered by the soldier down to a heart, but thankfully he knows where he can get some. Gets the key out of that chest, which means we're likely going to find something nice in the next chest we come across to the sewers.
Yeah, that'll be true. That'll be very true. So, chat, any guesses on that one? You, Rick?
Right now, I'm gonna guess 300 rupees, rub it in my face.
That or the shovel?
Well, the shovel would give these guys something to do when they get out of the escape.
And they could also look for buried treasure. But, yeah.
Now, both of these runners here, continuing through, I think what we should say right about now is what kind of things are we looking forward to? What do you think is going to troll these guys as they move throughout this run? Do you think this is going to be a clean seed, or this is going to be one of those hellacious seeds that are going to make them go at the end?
I'm hoping for a sword seed, but that's the whole fan in me. But I'm hoping that if it's a pedestal required seed, that it's not a trolley pedestal required seed.
I would love to be on the call for a pedestal required seed. We've only had one throughout the entire tournament when the Canis and Mario popped up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that actually would be interesting to call. I would love to be able to call for that. I agree with you on that one. I think chat would love to see it.
Chad would be freaking out, that's for certain.
Yep. Oh, some arrows.
Yay,
And
10 arrows.
well, hey, I think the game allows you to get up to 99, so... Yeah, want to basically use silvers for the rest of the game? Lag the game down, but never have to kill an enemy with the sword again?
That would be nice, but we're not going to get that.
I know. Yeah, at least they've already got some bombs, so they won't have to come back. I remember one of the early races had to come back because they couldn't get bombs until right after this room.
Oh, so that has happened here in the tournament.
Yep. Oh, blue boomerang, heart, and the map. Oh, I'm wrong. Cane.
Yeah, the Cane of Burna, which, if you want to talk about lag, there you go. There's something else that can lag you.
Well, you could always use the cane of burner with silver arrows. Oh, wait, you can't.
You want to crash the game?
Sorry, been playing too much Breath of the Wild.
No spoilers, man.
Hey, I won't spoil it at all, man. It's such a great game that I won't spoil it. I may here and there if you want to know about mechanics, but that's not the story.
The second best Cane in the game. And these guys getting bombs out of the Sanctuary chest, which will be nice for later.
I do have to say though that it may be the second best useful, but it is the better looking. I've actually seen the original concept art for that, and it actually looks a lot cleaner than the game of Samaria.
And we get the pull of the tree to find, oh, that's awful, single rupees.
Now, one thing I did mention in my commentary for your race, man, is that you can actually pull the second flippers.
Flippers, which doesn't mean anything just yet.
Yeah, it only matters if swamp's required.
Yep, if swamp's required, or if it turns out that the ledge
is
where you
needed.
go to get the flippers, if there's something nice there. That's one of those you're gonna wait and see if it's actually required.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a seed or two that has had the shovel there, which is always the coin flip. Ooh, and green potion.
That's a nice find. That is a really nice find. Not because it's the green goo, but it's because it's the bottle as they head to Kakariko Village.
Yep. And unlike your last race where you both literally just skipped Kakariko to begin with, which I have to applaud you on that one.
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make. You know, the natural progression of the game is to go through Kakariko Village. And we got a quick look on yogidamonk's end, and it looks like we have 2 crystals in the light world.
And I think the green. I think I saw the green on that one. Chad, help me out. Was Eastern green?
I know Tower of Hera was a crystal.
And so was Desert. By the way, on a side note, I think they would have...
Oh, the hammer! Early on.
Yes. So if they want to, they can do hammer strats for bosses.
And do tempered sword damage.
And apparently, yes, the Eastern is green.
You know, it's nice finding things that are going to be required in this seed early on, like the hammer.
Yeah.
You can't go a game without needing the hammer. It's one of those guaranteed required items.
Yes, it is. Canterbury, not so much. Fighter sword, well, that's a given. Master sword, yeah.
Speaking of required items, Titan Mitts is another.
So, hoping for hookshot?
300 rupees, okay.
Yeah. Here's the question, swamp or at least getting the Death Mountain warp? Probably swamp and then the warp, I think. More bombs. Always the bombs.
Those are very expensive bombs, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
100 rupees for 3?
Hey, it would have been more amusing if it was the super bomb. You have to keep that with you. Ooh, tempered.
A
Well,
lightsaber early for these guys.
yeah, Vader's lightsaber. So maybe it's saying, yeah, go fight Aghanim?
Well, that's a possibility, but...
Oh, and that's even worse. You just got the gold sword from the sick kid.
Butter Sword was quite a short-lived item. Unbelievable.
Yogi the Monk did not check the race game.
Neither of them have much of a reason to do that at this point.
Well,
unless it turns out that it is got something nice in there.
Like maybe the hook shot?
It
looks like he's going to fight Aghanim.
Oh, wow, yeah, wow. That's
a gamble.
That's quite the decision to make.
Oh, and the library looked like it was the Power Glove, I think.
No, the library was the magic. Half magic or quarter magic. I'm not sure which one, but it's one of those two. And Bad is going to go ahead and do the race game without checking.
Yeah, it's sometimes worth it just because you're not having to walk back the screen. It's like, in the long run, if you don't need it, it's a time sink, but if you do need it, it's a time saver. And it's just money. But that could be useful if Zoro is...
Well, yeah, I mean, speaking of somebody who went to a place without money, it's nice to have it.
Yes, it is.
If that's
money makes the world go round.
If that's the worst I do, I've got it made. Bad Moon is going to go ahead and check South Shore. I agree with this play.
I agree with it too.
Yogi's playing this as if, number one, Aghanim is required. He saw the flippers at the Lumberjack Cave, which it's possible. I mean, if Swamp Palace is needed, then it's guaranteed that you need it.
Yeah.
But as Bad Moon now heads on out, he will find that 5 rupees was the prize for draining the swamp today. And 20 rupees was inside the chest, so 25 rupees can be yours if the swamp is right.
That is true.
And well, we head to the Light World Hype Cave. What do you think we're gonna find in here?
Who knows? Maybe a shield at least? Helping us neither of them have a shield.
Badmoon does have to be careful with his health through here because 2 hearts is a very dangerous slope to be riding when you're riding through South Shore. And he gets a mushroom.
Arrows?
More. No, not up. There's the silvers. Yes, and more money because we had a lot of money in the early race.
Yep. So Zoro, you think? Is he going to check Ice Rod or try fake whippering?
I think he is going to check Ice Rod first and then go try to do fake flippers afterwards. So Yogi going up against Aghanim. Bad Moons has 2 places where to go, but he's gonna have to be careful of these crop things because if they bump into him once, he's dead.
Yeah. Though, it's a good question though.
Don't chase after them. Just go in the cave. They take 2 hearts damage if they run into you.
Yeah.
Oh, the bug catcher.
net.
That's a nice prize there.
If you had the boots, you could go get the golden bee.
Nobody goes to go get the golden bee. The golden bee is all alone. So,
if you need money, you can always sell it for, I think it's 100 or 200 rupees.
I should have thought of that.
Trust me, I had to actually remind Will that you could get it.
So, Swamp is required, so Aga will be required. Red pendant for Swamp, blue pendant for Ice, everything else.
And the Swamp were your crystals 5 and 6.
And the ledge for Yogi is just an arrow increase. But he does now have the knowledge that Aga 1 was required.
And he can go get his flippers as soon as he gets the boots.
Let's see what the mushroom did here for BadmoonZ.
I'll laugh if it is the boots.
It's the Moon Pearl!
Oh! Wow, I think that means Quakefist has got something.
That's gotta be a possibility here. I mean, I don't know if there's anywhere else you can go at this point.
Zoro. But he will have to come back for the ledge.
So we said that which Dark World dungeons were pendants again?
That was Mire.
Misery Mire.
And Skullwoods and the Swamp were crystals 5 and 6, respectively.
Yep, Ice Palace was the other one, correct?
What? For pendant?
For pendants.
Didn't really get a quick glance on that one, so not sure on that.
That's what I think I remember seeing. Misery Mire, Ice Palace were pendants.
And I couldn't see what the ledge item was. Did you catch it?
It was an arrow increase.
Oh. Zoro, please have the boots for him.
Oh. With 1,100 rupees already. Oh, I didn't... Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about that ledge. My apologies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just updating the tracker.
It's okay. It is okay.
Yeah, sure it is.
Piece of heart.
That's a very expensive piece of heart.
And only 20 rupees on the lake item for yogidamonk.
Oh, yeah.
Just a question, do you go to Sahasrara now? Or do you go to Aghanim? That's BadmoonZ's options.
Well, it's almost like it's pushing these guys in the direction to go to Aghanim, but there's got to be something else here. Like you were saying, Catfish has got to have something, and Yogi...
Well, actually, do wait. He's got the Moon Pearl.
Whoa! That's the first time I've seen somebody pull off the return trip from the hobo with the fake flippers.
I haven't seen that either. Then again, BadmoonZ has the Moon Pearl. And he's got Titansmiths. He's got access to the Outcasts.
Being chased by a big old buzzing bee there.
So he's opting for Steve's Town.
Ooh,
Which is a good bet.
That's right, because he has the Moon Pearl and the Titansmith.
Yeah. And Yogi's going to be,
it was just rupees. It was just rupees on the ledge over at Zora's domain.
Yeah. So he's at least going to get his piece of heart and be disappointed. It's like you almost wish you could get your money back.
Yeah, but no way to get there from here.
There's technically hard resetting the game, but making sure you have a saving point before then.
I miss what was in the chess game for BadmoonZ.
Yeah.
Our chat will tell us what he just picked up.
I think it was just a piece of heart.
Yogi now heading back to the sanctuary. BadmoonZ picking up a 20 rupee, and it was a piece of heart that was in the chess game, so we're being up to speed thanks to our chat.
Yep.
The chats are
Yogi finally going to get this mushroom taken care of.
Yep.
Sorry for interrupting. Yep.
Oh, no problem. The chat is our third commentator here.
Yep. And fourth when you have 3 people.
So the piece of heart pickup here. We're getting a lot of pieces of hearts early on in this run.
Yeah.
Yogi's going to be very happy for what he's about to find.
Yes, he is.
The question is where are these boots? Now that both of these runners know that AGA 1 is indeed going to be required.
That is the toss-up. I mean, BadmoonZ is going to clear out Thieves Town, or at least check the items.
Yep. And right now, Yogi...
getting some medicine.
Oh, I know what he just did. He used the cane of Burna to empty out his blue goo so he could buy a blue potion. Nice decision. We saw that being used in one of the races last night as well.
I mean, it's goo. Though technically, I think it's just lime jello sometimes. Considering what ingredients are usually used in that.
So the Moon Pearl pickup here for Yogi. Now, he's not going to head over there just yet.
I think he thinks he's going to Death Mountain. And could the old man have his boots?
Oh, that's a possibility. I've seen him have the boots before.
I've seen him have the boots, and I've also seen it on, not the rock cave, well, the cave below Spectacle Rock. Now, I really wonder, will he fight blind or not? Bad Moon.
Interesting decision, but first we'll see what Yogi picks up from the old man.
I think he is going to go fight blind.
Well, you're here at this point in time. Even though you can't get everything, actually you can get everything. You do have the hammer, never mind.
Yeah, he does.
So you have no reason to just come in here and do half of this. This is a crystal dungeon. You might as well finish it off.
Yeah. I forgot he had the hammer. It was like, what, one of the best items in... Was that, Escape, I think?
What's that?
The hammer.
Oh, the hammer came in the well, I believe. Oh no, the Thieves' Hut.
Okay. And he's just going... Yogi's just going straight for it. He's not even going to preview it.
Well, he didn't see anything the old man gave him that would move his seat along.
Oh, so... the bow!
Oh, that is a beautiful find paired together with his silver arrows.
Yep. Now.
So, give him a little bit of a lead right there.
Yeah.
In regards to what they have, now... The question for Yogi is, does he attempt to go through Eastern Palace, knowing it is a pendant, but it's a green pendant? It looks like he's going to go into the Dark World here.
Catfish? Or...
Is it possible he might be thinking about a trip to the Palace of Darkness already?
Nah, I'm thinking Hype Cave. He's got the hammer to get to it. And Hype Cave does usually have good stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you are right. Because he does have access to it via the hammer here. And we find out what's inside the big chest in Thieves Town.
So can we get could we get a hype from the chat?
Hype.
Hype!
This almost sounds like Link's Awakening when joy is being uttered when you get a small sum of rupees.
Yeah. The Link's Awakening is still a great game. And the... Hi there. Just got a heart.
Piece of heart. Piece of heart. Okay, there's the Book of Medora.
It's more arrows.
Yep. The bigger part of that was the Book of Medora, which now gives him half of what he needs to get through the Desert Palace.
He can also finally check the sword, which, oddly enough, they've gotten all the swords.
Which is amazing considering the fact that we are only 25 minutes in, and that was the case. There were races last night where you couldn't find anything beyond the Master Sword until you got to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, if we were under the new logic, they would actually have the better sword naturally by now.
Yep. We'll talk about the new logic a little bit later on. It's not something that is going to come into play during these tournament races because these are going to be still using the current logic that we've been in play. Oh, the lantern from Blind the Thief.
Wow. I guess he blinded himself with his own lantern.
You blinded him with lantern. Doo doo doo.
And the single rupee from guy that is turned into a tree.
What a rough way to go.
Yeah, I guess he got turned into a tree because he wouldn't give up that rupee.
Oh god, I should have done that. Now that I'm actually thinking of it and looking at the chat, blinded by the light.
So, oh god.
I could have channeled my Mansfield whatever band that is.
I don't know off the top of my head. Or blinded by greed. I did not notice what the actual item was for the digging cave. Luckily, they both had the same idea.
You might as well while you're in this area here. BadmoonZ picking up the crystal, and that was the crystal out of Thieves Town. So
just arrows.
He currently has a 1-0 crystal lead at this point in time.
Yeah. But I'm still looking for the mirror as well.
Yep. Well, they know that they definitely need the mirror now because Swamp Palace is a required dungeon. They are also looking for the boots because the boots yield them the flippers, which will also be required.
So it was what? Ice, Skullwoods, and Eastern. And
Yep.
wow, BadmoonZ going to Agadim.
Ice, Misery Mire, rather.
Yeah, Ice, Misery Mire, and Skullwoods.
No, Skullwoods was a crystal.
You're right. I'm thinking of the last one. Am I?
You were thinking of something. They're starting to blend together at this point.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, BadmoonZ is going up against Aga 1 right now, and Yogi's in Thieves Town, so we're going to be seeing the same things that we saw on BadmoonZ's side a few minutes ago, ending with the lantern. And at that point in time, Yogi might think about maybe going to the Palace of Darkness.
House of Darkness is open. Technically, part of Skullwoods is, well, they don't have the hookshot to get up to Hera. They do have access to all of Desert, provided the boots are not needed.
Yeah, but considering the fact that you can't finish Desert. Well, on BadmoonZ he can. Yogi can't right now.
Yeah, because it hasn't been to Hype Cave yet.
Well, he hasn't finished Blind. Blind's the one who had the lantern.
You're right. You are right. So once Yogi gets his lantern, where do you think he's going? Hype Cave or? Oh no, he's got the bow. He could finish Eastern, despite it being green.
Well, I'm thinking Palace of Darkness would probably be a play to make, only because it's got 5 different items. And under most circumstances, you're going to be fishing out some of those items while trying to find where the big key is.
The better question, though, is do you want to go there without the mirror?
Sometimes Palace of Darkness has the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
I totally get what you're saying. It definitely makes it shorter when you have the mirror in hand.
I'd say it depends on, it's totally up to our runners on that one. I know for me, I might consider Eastern just because it's easy and I've got the bow, and Chasra is so close. It's essentially the free item.
Speaking of Shrashla, has anyone checked his items?
No, they haven't.
So that's 3 items that they're leaving behind right there, and maybe we might see Yogi make a play for them at some point in time. He does have compliments of the hammer plus the Titan's-Mitt, does have access to the war portal that's south of Palace of Darkness.
Yeah. And if he does manage to find the mirror and he feels like maybe Eastern is worth the check, he could actually stop in and get it.
So we know
right now. A death.
Ooh, that's not a great place to take it.
It's better than Aghanim.
Considering the fact that we know that he had potions in his arsenal too.
Yeah,
right now,
trying to throw a bomb.
Right now, as far as items are concerned, we know we need the hook shot, the fire rod, the ice rod, and whatever medallion is going to medallion that's going to be required to get into Turtle Rock. We need the boots because you need the boots to get to the flippers.
Yeah, you need the mirror.
So there's still a bunch of items here at the 30-minute mark that these guys will be in search of. We know Yogi's going to find a lantern here, which would possibly open up Desert Palace, as you were mentioning.
Yeah.
But it is a risk to make, considering the fact that there's no guarantee that you can beat the dungeon because of the item that's on the lantern.
Torch. I'd personally go in there, check the torch. I mean, if it's not, if it's required. I mean, because technically it does give you information, and it does allow you to know if or if not it is possible to act. If it is an actual required item, then you could actually do the double shot of both Mire and Desert, as a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, but you're not going to see these guys. You guys aren't going to see. Yeah, you aren't going to see these guys step into Misery Mire unless they absolutely, positively need to, because of the fact that it's for a pendant.
Yeah, and it's not even the green one.
We also know the Cane of Samaria is going to be required at some point in time.
Yeah.
And right now, let's take a look at the dungeons that are currently pendant dungeons right now. You have Eastern, you have Ice Palace, and you have Misery Mire. That means the Cane of Samaria is out, plus whatever medallion you need to get into the Misery Mire.
Yeah.
Also, because of Ice Palace, would Hookshot be out? I don't know. But either Fire Rod or Bombos would be out, because you need that in order to complete either or to complete the Ice Palace. And then the Eastern Palace, the only thing that would be in there that they would need would be the bow, and we know where that is.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to go through the motions here, trying to figure out what could possibly be in
the sword.
Out in the podium to require a Master Sword pull this seed.
Let's see. It's Ice and Mire.
BadmoonZ is making a play for the desert.
Watch it pay off.
He doesn't have a way in, though. He didn't. I don't think he got. Oh, he did get the book. That's right, because he just made it over to the Hype Cave. So that means I've got to hit that button.
Yep.
There we go.
It's the book. And what was the ledge item?
The ledge item was an arrow increase. On the desert. I don't know what the ledge item is.
Yeah, I saw it briefly, but not close enough.
Oh, the hook shot.
Oh, God. Desert paying off big time.
So right now it does look like, even though it was maybe a rough play for BadmoonZ to make, it's the right play to make, because there's something there that can get you to a whole bunch of chests. I mean, this will give you the access to about 15 or so chests in Death Mountain.
Actually, it'll give you access to all of Death Mountain.
Plus Tower of Hera, plus the Ether tablet. So yeah, you've got probably 20 possibilities right there.
Yeah. You're not even going in to check the bonk torch. You want his hook shot. I wish you could actually just hook shot the items off the torches. That's weird. Yogi draining the swamp? Thought we already checked that item.
I haven't been keeping up, but is this possible he's making a play for
swamp? No.
No, this is an interesting decision, but maybe he just went to there now. Yes, he opted not to route this way. He went straight for the Light World Hype Cave. That's right.
Okay.
Don't mind us.
Yeah. We're tired from actually back-to-back races.
Yogi is going for desert. BadmoonZ
And
is
he'll find his hook shot. Oh, the single arrow.
single arrow. The world famous single arrow find.
Wish it could actually be the arrow that's the only arrow you're thinking you can immediately kill Ganon with it. A super silver arrow. Well, BadmoonZ finally gonna get disappointed by the old man.
Yeah, but he's got the hook shot now.
Yeah, that's true.
He don't care about the old man. He's gonna like what's inside Spectacle Rock. And then maybe he'll find something marvelous on the eastern end of Death Mountain.
I'm betting Hook Cave. Now here's the question. Will Yogi actually go through all of Desert then? It is Crystal Dungeon.
It is.
Yeah.
He's got the ability. He got the big key, right?
No.
Then
Crystal,
he can't.
Compass was on the Big Keys area. Yeah, he actually can't then. Unless he wants to try to snag a key from the back and then go forward.
Oh, that's a possibility. And BadmoonZ getting trapped here.
But as other people say, those giant green cabbages.
Finally gets in, and he's gonna just go inside and get some health.
Yeah, old man love. Personally, I prefer Zelda love, but hey, whatever floats your boat.
So both runners now with the hook shot. So we are gonna find out what's in Eastern Death Mountain really, really soon. But BadmoonZ is going to be making a trip over to the left side first, where he's going to be happy to find the bow there.
Yeah. Because his routing after that is immediately to go to the right side. Or do you think he'll actually go through all of that and then drop down and get that after he gets done Hera?
No, this is the bow. He wants this now.
Yeah. Ooh, the blue boomerang for Yogi. I missed
Yay, the bloomerang.
Hey, it's actually useful.
Wanted to save my life earlier.
Hey. Let's read this way. Oh, red mail.
There's the red boomerang.
Wow. Such a troll. So he's bomb jumping over, or hoping. Yep, he made it.
And now BadmoonZ making his way on over to the right side.
Well, he'll be rewarded with the red mail and both boomerangs so far. Well,
the boots! You need the mirror to get the boots. You need the boots to get the flippers. What's up with this seed?
Actually, I think Yogi probably did not make a smart play here.
Well,
he has the hammer, he has the mitts, he could have checked on Turtle Rock and then hit the hookshot cave.
Yeah, but he wants to check the spiral first. I think this is the route that most players will end up taking. They'll check the spiral cave, they'll drop down, head into the dark world, check the two that are on the way up, and then get into the hookshot cave afterwards.
You're right, I forgot that there is an actual warp there. Because normally you just see people, go up.
And here he goes for the warp point right now.
Yep. I'm betting Mirror is going to be in one of those areas. Because the boots are that necessary. That or Hera.
Let's just say that this seed has been crazy so far.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes.
Huh.
So we know that right now, we know that the boots are here in Death Mountain. You have to go through the Hookshot Cave to get to them. But where is this magic mirror? This is going to be quite the hunt.
Let's see. It cannot be on the sword. I wish it could.
The cane of
Cane.
Samaria.
Oh wait, no, it can be on the sword pedestal.
It can be.
Are we going to have a mirror in the pedestal?
If these guys find bombos, it's quite possible the fire rod could end up in there too. And Yogi's gonna check to see what the medallion required for. Oh, speaking of
bombos!
I'm gonna find out what the medallion for Turtle Rock is, and bombos it is. Buckle up, kids. This could be a wild ride.
Yes, it could.
Bombs.
Bombs. More bombs.
Bombs!
More bombs. Bombs again.
And a heart.
The heart. Wow. Almost an entire bomb-filled cave.
So,
He's going
right?
for it, whoever he doesn't have the.
Yeah, I think right now what he's thinking of is I might as well just go ahead and open this up. Right now, these guys could possibly check the Spike Cave. They do have the Cane of Burna. Yogi is going to go ahead and save and quit.
Back to his house.
Which is an interesting decision.
Yeah, they could have also cleared Hera as well.
But they would have to find a way to get over there.
They have the hammer, remember?
Well, the problem is that they would still have to save and quit because they were in the Dark World without a mirror.
You're right. You are right. I completely forgot.
So Yogi's going to go ahead and visit Sarsaparilla. Or Sarasota. Or Spartansburg.
I just prefer to call him Ben or Obi-Wan, because of all the, because of all the voice things around there.
Well, he's not our only hope.
Well, that is true. But you do give him an item, and he gives you an actual item in return.
So we already know.
Bombs, and more bombs.
Yeah.
Wow, the game really wants you to have bombs.
There's a possibility here that's setting up that the trip to Hera is going to be required via the long way.
Yeah.
When we've seen races come up before where the Spike Cave really is an essential place to be. Now, BadmoonZ did not come up here via the Light World, so he does not know what to expect in regards to items.
Yeah, they're all going to... He doesn't know that the boots are there.
Yeah, he doesn't know the boots are right up there on the ledge.
Yeah, he's going to be scrambling for that.
But will he stay up on the mountain? Yes, he will. Yogi is going to do the same thing as Yogi now makes his way over to the Tower of Hera. This is the movie we were thinking about a few moments ago.
Yeah.
But I think Yogi, before he did this, wanted to make sure of all his options by going to check Sarsaparilla.
That is true. It is a very good, option considering both players are probably going to end up in Hera. Yep,
or San Francisco.
Act 5.
I'm being told that he did see the ledge.
Good.
And we find a key down here for Yogi. And this is going to be an annoying, very annoying Tower of Hera. Because it turns out you can't mirror to take this the fast way. And ooh, this game is forcing you down to the basement to deal with those, light the torches and deal with the tiles, because the big key's gonna be down here.
Wow.
Now, if I'm BadmoonZ is going to check something that Yogi, I don't think, checked before coming in here. That's the Ether tablet.
And no, Yogi did not.
And it's for a piece of heart. So right now at the 45-minute mark, these runners are still looking for the fire rod required, ice rod required. We know the bombos is required for Turtle Rock. We know the boots are required, but we know where they are. The flippers are required, but we know where they are. Where is this dang mirror?
I will laugh if, like, the ice rod is in the sword. Isn't that usually the trolliest item?
That is, because you only need it for one purpose and one purpose only.
Yeah. And that is the truest troll ever. That it's in the sword. And you would just need it for Trinax.
BadmoonZ. Oh, Yogi is setting up a death abuse here. And he's not gonna get the way he wanted it. He has to go back around. So BadmoonZ is probably just grabbing himself a drink because, you know, he needs one at this point. He's got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Both of these guys have killed Aghanim. Aghanim is required. The flippers are in the lumberjack tree. You can't get them in the lumberjack tree without visiting the boots. The boots are on top of the island on Death Mountain, which you need the mirror to get. Find the magic chain, everybody. There's the ether. That is not required, that we know of.
Yeah.
And Yogi trying to set himself up for a bomb jump. Takes care of the mini Moldern just to make sure it doesn't troll him.
Yeah, watch the, whatever the blue thing is, troll. Oop. Compass.
That was a great effort. A+.
Yep. Would have been
and yes,
hit that.
Chad is reminding that he does have the hook shot, so therefore he could have done that a little easier.
Yes. But normally you don't remember that you have the hook shot in Hera.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Moldern comes around, and I know we had Willard J. Bradley do kazoo when I fell down. We're not going to have that happen here.
It's not so much a kazoo as a slide whistle. Dude.
Yogi picking up the crystal out of the Tower of Hera to give him a 2-1 crystal lead, and BadmoonZ not that far behind.
Yep, I'm betting you he will check Ether first, then Spiky.
And a fairy in a bottle was the prize for the defeating of the boss this time around. BadmoonZ forgetting that he has the hookshot too. He's going to take the drop down from the
traditional way.
The traditional way the game wants you to do it.
Which is still always hard. Because if you forget what the correct hole is, you can miss the Moon Pearl.
Now, is Yogi going to do Spike Cave? Yogi's going to do Spike Cave. This race really is going to come down to who gets the mirror first.
Yeah. Now,
at this point in time.
Now, what's more amusing is if they get the mirror simultaneously.
Now, this is going to be very painful for Yogi because that magic isn't infinite. And he doesn't have any way of dashing, but he's going to get through pretty fine.
All for $20.
Joy.
Would you walk through that for $20?
I'm being told we misidentified the player with the bug catching that. We do appreciate the corrections here.
Thank you very much, chat.
Also mark down that these guys have the ether, and BadmoonZ is going to be doing exactly what Yogi did about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And so Yogi, where is he heading to next?
I think maybe Eastern or Sahasrara.
He already checked Sarashala's hut. There was nothing in there. He was the one we saw the bombs from. BadmoonZ hasn't checked it yet.
So
he's warping to POD, the Palace of Darkness.
The potty. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself with that one.
No comment.
Hey, the dungeon can be that bad sometimes.
Palace of Darkness is a good play indeed. You have 5 items, and it's very possible that you can come across all 5 of them.
And it's also a crystal dungeon.
That is correct.
And you also always got the hammer.
And he's got 110 rupees.
Hey, we all forget it. I have personally forgotten it myself. They're never in a race. And again, I've heard someone actually...
Oh! Yogi has Kiki scared off. He was going the wrong way too, but that was unfortunate.
I have seen someone actually turn Zelda into Kiki. It involved basically never getting rid of Zelda and it being one of the old projects.
Yogi now going into the Palace of Darkness. There are 5 possible items.
And I think BadmoonZ is either considering Pod or Eastern.
I think BadmoonZ, just based on the way he's going, because he is in the light world, he's going to go to Eastern.
So we'll be able to see who gets the smarter play. As
Yogi gets the key out of the first chest.
Both will get a crystal from this, so that'll be nice. Oh wait, BadmoonZ won't. That's green pendant.
Yeah, but there's also a case here that Birmingham might have an item. No, that's the wrong identifier. It begins with an S. I should just keep naming cities. San Antonio. There we go.
Or...
An arrow increase of 5 is the first of 3 items we find in the Eastern Palace.
Hey, or it's San Diego.
Yeah, there we go. That could be Sacramento.
Or San Andreas. No, wait, that's a fault line.
Well, it's also a video game.
Well, that is true. Chat, you got any names for any cities that begin? Or other names we should call them? When in doubt, ask chat.
Well, chat's commenting about how Yogi is going through the first mimic room with just the bow and the wooden arrows.
That's right, they do have silvers.
That's correct. They picked them up out of the Light World Hype Cave, which was really hyped this time around.
Whereas Dark World really wasn't.
Well, Dark World yielded... Dark World had the book.
And the red mail.
And the book yielded them the hookshot, which yielded them the red mail.
True. So I guess they both were hype?
They're somewhat hype.
Together they made one good hype cave. Which is always useful. And the big key for Yogi.
Yep, he can now go ahead and check the big chest and try to see if that's one of the 5 items.
Yep.
Oh, there's the mirror!
Mirror! Mirror and pod!
Of darkness with the mirror pickup. Well.
So that's one item off the sword list.
And the shovel found in the Eastern Palace.
Now will shovel lead to the flute, maybe?
Happens in the basic game. Why not now?
Yep. Yeah. Mirror, mirror on my wall. Why can't I see in the... at all?
And a single rupee here from Yogi as he gets ready to check the big chest. But the good thing is now he has a way to mirror himself back to start.
Which is a big time saver.
And Flute is not necessarily on the really required list because the Misery Mire is a pennant dungeon.
But even though it is not required, it is always useful.
Yeah, it's one of those useful items, like the boots, but this time we know the boots are required.
Yeah, like here's a better question. If the sword has the flute, do you do it? Or do you go fluteless, without the music?
Well, that depends on how far you go along in this seed before you find out, oh wait, one of those 3 spots you need the flute to get over to in Misery Mire is an item like the Ice Rod.
Yeah.
Don't forget, these guys are still searching for a bunch of items.
Actually, in that case, you'd hope that... was it Vitreous? Vitreous would have the item.
Yep. So Aghanim was required because Lumberjack Cave has the flippers, and we know the flippers are required because Swamp Palace is a crystal dungeon.
So, Troll Seed?
I think this has been quite the troll seed that requires you to get the mirror to get to the boots, that gets you to the flippers,
which gets you to Swamp.
And blue goo is your reward for bringing the green pendant back to Sarsaparilla.
Let's see. Sarsaparilla, Sacramento, San Diego. Should I start naming countries now?
Nah. Now Yogi still is going through Palace of Darkness.
I just call it Pod, man.
Yeah, Pod. Now BadmoonZ is going to check to see what this shovel of his does.
Well, he's going to play Shovel Knight for a bit.
Well, he might find something nice. Oh, the flute!
The flute!
Just like the regular game.
Called it.
You did.
Now, why would you save and quit when you are right by Kakariko?
He might not be thinking that, and he's going to go to Sanctuary.
Yeah, probably. Oh, well, yes, he remembers he has the cane of Maria. So, fluting to Death Mountain? Or do you... Well, yeah, you probably flute to Death Mountain before checking Myers to, overworld items.
He's got nothing to do on Death Mountain.
Boots.
He doesn't have the mirror.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yogi's the one who has the mirror.
You're right.
Of Palace of Darkness.
You are right. Do you think he'll actually mirror to Eastern and get his shovel for the mirror? Sorry, not mirror. For the flute. Sorry. One having the flute and one having the shovel one at the same time. Sorry. Flute. Hey, I don't mind screwing up. It's all good fun.
I know Yogi is going to make the go up to Death Mountain after this to grab the boost because this will help him out tremendously.
Yeah.
And BadmoonZ is going to check Misery Mire. Now, wouldn't this be something? If Misery Mire is required for an item, whether it be in the cave that's to the left of Misery Mire or that northeastern corner that you have to go through Misery Mire to get to. He does check the medallion here. It's the ether, so he does have that if he wants to explore. Oh, the cave. That's an interesting development now. And BadmoonZ, well, he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't check the northeast. BadmoonZ's next play I'm not certain what it can be here.
Let's see.
Could he
Doesn't
be
it-
thinking about checking the bumper cave? No, he's gonna go to Palace of Darkness.
And get himself a mirror.
Yes, which we know is required.
Yep.
This is turning out to be quite the seed here for both of our runners.
Yeah. But you just remember he has the mirror. Yogi! Eastern! Eastern! No.
Well, we don't know, once again, if flute's required at this point. We've only seen the 2 chests. That magic cape could be something, and I know we would love to see that. But Yogi is going to head over to Death Mountain because he's got some boots to get. Then he's going to go ahead and grab himself the flipper, so that means he'll be able to go into Swamp Palace whenever he so desires.
Yes. Which more than likely might be after this. Because he doesn't have Fire Rod.
Yep,
so he can't do Skull.
Yep, he can't finish Skullwoods because of that.
Now, Swamp having Bomb Boost would be nice. And Fire Rod and the Sword would be amazing.
Right, and because we don't know where Bombos is, that's something we'd have to find first before we could even throw that into the possibility of a pedestal.
Yeah.
So, Yogi...
apparently forgot to go to the Dark World.
Yep. Which he could have just picked up the rock and gone to Turtle Rock that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we all forget small things.
Yep. It's easy to do that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Then again, there's some things I was just like, so why didn't I remember this? Yeah, I mean,
Because...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because your mind doesn't quite think the same way when you're sitting there with a controller in your hand compared to how it works when you're sitting here watching one of these races.
That is true. That is really true. That is really true.
So Yogi's now going to grab these boots, and now he can finally do some things too. He can also finish off Desert too.
Yes, that is true.
Oh, he forgot he already opened up this path.
Yeah. At least we got it wasn't his last bomb.
That would have been something.
Yep. And he's finally getting his boots. Yay, he got shoes. Now his feet won't get cold from actually using flippers.
They'll help keep himself nice and I won't say warm. The boots won't do that. He's gonna check King's Tomb first.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Yes. I think he's checking King's Tomb over the rubble pile.
Oh, he's gonna check Dash Cave afterwards.
10 arrow upgrade, which I still think it should give you an actual arrow or two. I mean, if bombs do, why can't the arrows?
He's got 13. He doesn't need any more. BadmoonZ is gonna get happy in just a moment.
I think he's gonna get real happy.
There's the mirror. Now, why couldn't this be a few rooms earlier? Oh, the Quake medallion. Which is not required.
But it certainly is useful.
It is, but you don't usually see it. Yogi now going to grab the flipper, which is why we knew that Aga 1 was required. And another bee being chased. I'm not going to do it this time.
I should just catch it and sell it.
He's got 520 rupees. He doesn't need any more.
Yeah, this was could actually turn it into the potion shop person for actual free potion. But then again, since they always give you free items, And Dash Cave yield.
You already checked Dash
Oh,
Cave.
sorry,
where-
I forgot.
Yep, that was where the Quake. That's where the Quake medallion was.
Yep.
Yogi is gonna head over to the Dark World. Now, I don't know if he's gonna.
Woods.
I don't know if he's gonna check the top of the graveyard. That's a possibility here.
I am betting Bumper Cave and Graveyard.
Yeah, he doesn't have the way to do Bumper Cave, but right now what he's gonna do is some of these fetch quest things here in the Dark World, and we're gonna see our frog buddy.
Yep. Frog the Smith.
Yes,
Or Smith the Frog.
Or not. Oh, he's grabbing the magic.
Half magic.
Yes, I like this play.
And it is.
It's a half, but you want it. You want it, especially considering the fact you're going to need it in certain dungeons. BadmoonZ remembering that he does have silvers.
And he's finally checking the dash game.
And he'll see that he doesn't need to. He's got 521 rupees. He's got enough.
Yeah. Well, actually, you can never have too much money. Well, actually, you can, but tell that to corporations.
Well, the IRS wants you to have more money so they can have more.
That is true.
Don't forget to file your taxes this weekend. A public service announcement by your Link to the Past Randomizer friends.
Yep.
And Yogi's going to go ahead and do the hammer pull peg, whatever you want to say this, the peg maze.
Did they do that already?
Not yet.
Unless this actually yields something decent.
A lot of items still up for grabs.
Piece of heart.
Piece of heart's not one of them.
Yeah.
The mirror turned out to be in the Palace of Darkness.
Yep. But the flute was, the item that led to the flute was an Easter.
Yep, the shovel that led to the flute, because, well, we had to have something that was vanilla.
Oh, and there's
the bombos! Now, that makes it interesting. Now, bombos...
Tell me that the fire rod is going to be in the...
Now, what the bombos does is now makes Ice Palace beatable.
Yes, it does.
And so, therefore, there is a possibility that Fire Rod could be in the Ice Palace.
Or in the sword, too.
And also, yes, because we would love to see that.
Yes, we would. Or even the ice rod in there, since Turtle Rock is required. Just the powder.
Ooh, yes. Another possible chain here. I think this chat would erupt if they ended up seeing that troll seed that we've been waiting for.
They mean the second one?
Well, you can't ever have enough
Trolls? Yes, I know. If that happens, chat, someone let the other channels know this. So so they can actually go back and watch the VOD on this.
Yep. So we're gonna find out what's in this locked chest. And Yogi finds the fire rod! Oh, well.
Well, sword can still have ice. The trolliest of trolls. The one item is in the sword.
We're running out of possibilities, though. In fact, the ice rod could be the only possibility now.
Yeah, that's true. Come on, ice.
Oh, Yogi ends up soft blocking because he ended up going off the ledge too soon.
Oh.
And the only way you can get off that is a save and quit.
Ouch.
because in Randomizer, they have quickened how fast, the gap between when Link can move during the Bombos thing, during the tablet explosion, and therefore that can happen.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Learn something new every day about the randomizer.
And
Looks like-
BadmoonZ is going to grab the map out of getting the Helmasar King taken down. He will grab another crystal for his efforts.
And now I'll go get his boots.
Yep, it's time to go grab some boots.
Well,
But he's lacking some
Yogi-
good items now.
Well, Yogi is actually going to the swamp. Or as Will calls it, the swamp. Sorry, bad Will impression.
We won't take points for bad impressions here.
Well, hey. Gotta have some fun.
Fun?
What is fun?
Fun is what we're doing right now. We're talking about video games.
That is true. That is very true.
We're sitting here watching two people play video games for 1,000+ viewer enjoyment.
Yeah.
Or however many people are watching us in Speed Gaming 2 right now.
About close to 550.
So right now, if the Ice Rod turns out to be here in Swamp Palace, that'll put Yogi on go mode.
Yes, it will.
BadmoonZ about to go pick up some boots, which he can use to go grab some flippers. And we're getting an interesting idea coming up in just a moment. An interesting dramatic point here for yogidamonk. Apparently he has a tendency to flood the key in the room to the left of the big chest room.
Hopefully
Will
he
he?
remembers not to.
Will he do it this case?
I hope not.
We don't know if the flute is required or not at this point. Misery Mire is a pendant dungeon, but what we are looking at is still finding out where it is. And BadmoonZ is checking to see what the pendant, the medallion is for Turtle Rock, and will be a little upset the fact that it's not the ether that he currently has.
Nope. It's the bombs.
And Yogi this time does remember that there is a key in the pot in the waterway here, so he will not soft lock his Swamp Palace, and he will be good to go.
Well, it's technically not a soft lock if you can still manage to get to the boss.
Well, yeah,
But you're still probably going to go back in there to check the item.
but if you want to go grab those two chests,
That is true.
you are not in luck.
Yep. It's looking bad going to the mire.
Well, he wants to check that spot to the northeast that he couldn't get to earlier.
Yep. Oh, and neither of them have desert. Isn't desert a crystal?
It is.
You might
And
also be
both of
thinking-
these and
Go
both
ahead.
of these guys have got to get to it at some point in time.
So maybe he's also thinking desert.
That's a possibility. And ooh, Yogi forgot to change the crystal switch back over. He can't check that one chest to the right hand side.
Yep, he's thinking desert,
Yep, he is.
which is
And
always a
that's-
good play.
It is because of the fact that, hey, look, it is a crystal dungeon. You're in the area. You might as well.
Yeah. And the big key on the torch.
Yep,
They needed the boots.
Yep, which is why they needed to come back in here later on. They couldn't finish this dungeon. The flute on BadmoonZ turned out to be where it normally is in the regular game, which you need the shovel to get out of the Eastern Palace. BadmoonZ grabbing a key out of the big chest, and we'll see what's on the right-hand side in just a moment. None of these guys have found an item in this dungeon, have they, in the Desert Palace?
No, they have not. I'm pretty sure they found the compass and not the big key, so they're still looking for the giant burrito and the 2 regular items.
The giant burrito.
Yeah, I've seen some people in chat refer to the map as a giant burrito.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen toilet paper. Take your pick. Ooh, and the ice rod.
Well, the ice rod is a very nice find here for BadmoonZ. It is one of the items he needs. But unfortunately, it squishes our dreams, our hopes of the Master Sword pedestal being required.
Yeah. Couch Cash would love, you think.
It's good news for these runners, because they don't need to go through 2 more pendant dungeons.
Yeah. Good news for them, sad news for us.
And it also turns out that the flute is not required.
But that doesn't mean that it might not help BadmoonZ out.
Well, yeah, it's a good transport tool. It gets you across Hyrule really, really fast. There's a good use for it. It just won't be required to beat the game, just like the Butter Sword isn't required to beat the game.
Yep, nor is the Tempered. But then again, you're basically putting yourself in a masochist to actually beat Ganon with just the Master Sword. He gets what, 24 or 48 swings? Well, not even swings. Spin attacks with the Master Sword.
I'm hearing 24. So, the items that BadmoonZ needs...
Oh, and there's the burrito. And Wallace just puked it up.
Yep, there's a great pickup there. So, just a recap, the items that we know that these runners need. The Fire Rod, where was that again? That was the locked chest.
Yes.
The Canis and Mario, both of those guys have. The Ice Rod, which Yogi needs, who is in Desert Palace. Bombos was... Yep. The Bombos was the Dwarf Spreadsmith's return item, and it looks like BadmoonZ is getting ready to head back into the Dark World. He's probably going to do what we've know is needed real soon. Which
actually will make him in Go mode.
If that's the case, yeah.
And he'll have the flute, which is even better.
Well, for
Go mode or flute Go mode?
Whatever the case might be.
Checking the bumper cave first, I guess.
Well, he wants to see if that magic cape he picked up is going to help him. And that's a fair play. He's probably gonna check the top in just a moment as well. He also has got to go grab the flippers too, so it's the right play.
Yes, it is. Flippers are always worth it. So, looks like BadmoonZ is actually in the lead right now.
He's picking up some... He's picking up some fairies. Great move.
Yep. Always a good move.
And Yogi is going to be checking... I think he's going to be heading to the desert next.
And he'll be happy with his ice rod.
And that ice rod will put him on Go mode.
Wow, so both runners getting to Go mode. Almost at the same time.
Depends on how fast BadmoonZ finds where the brings the locked chest back.
Yes. But looks like so BadmoonZ didn't check Bomb Cave? Yep, he just got Quake.
So quick pickup here for BadmoonZ, and again, this is the right path to make. We know that it's not what he needs.
It may not be what he needs, but it's what he wants.
And Yogi's about probably 45 seconds from being on certified go mode.
And with both of them having 4 crystals each, it's anybody's ball game.
That's
So,
correct.
I would put the slight advantage to BadmoonZ just for having the flute.
Well, BadmoonZ, if he gets on go mode before he goes into the Swamp Palace, he's just going to go blitzing to the boss. In both cases, they're going to be going blitzing for the boss in Skull Woods.
Yeah, I feel bad for Mofula. No love. Well, no love anyway, but
Does
yeah,
he
we're not
deserve? Does he deserve love?
Nah, that's more of a Godzilla thing.
There goes Tokyo.
Yeah. And New York, technically, as well.
So Yogi is just about to pick up his Slash Rod.
Please don't check Catfish. Please don't check Catfish. Please don't check.
BadmoonZ is checking Catfish.
Catfish.
And ladies and gentlemen, yogidamonk.
Is in go mode.
That's correct. Go, 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 go.
Go, go, Yogi. Go. Run from Ranger Smith.
So, Catfish here will have something for BadmoonZ. We know it's not required. And it turns out to be...
Bombs. And he doesn't even pick them up.
He doesn't need more bomb capacity now.
Oh no. I just find it funny that he warps before it even hits the actual ground.
He doesn't need those right now. Now, here's a decision right now that's going to end up costing BadmoonZ time.
Yes,
He's
it
heading for
is.
Swamp.
Yeah. Well, at least he will get his... Was it Bombos? No, neither of
No.
them. You're right.
Bombos was what you get from bringing back the breadsmith back to the smithery, and, well, Fire Rod is in the locked chest.
Yeah, this is really gotta cost him. The only thing you can hope is that he gets to it fast enough, and, well, without having to do... Yogi's has got to do the walking. So... I mean, I guess the game changer is, will the flute allow BadmoonZ to stay relevant?
Right now, though, considering where Yogi is in this run, I think it's very, very difficult, though.
It is.
Because Yogi's now going to head on over to the Sanctuary. From there, he's going to warp over to Skull Woods.
And then to Turtle Rock.
Yep. And both of those are easy warps.
Yeah.
So any advantage that BadmoonZ has for having the flu, unfortunately, is gone away.
Because he did not get... Because he didn't check the blacksmith.
That's correct. Because he didn't grab the blacksmith, nor did he end up going towards the locked chest.
Well, you have to give the return the blacksmith home before you can even get the locked chest.
Yep.
If you had gone to those, I'd put my money on BadmoonZ. But
It's
right
not
now, Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not a bad play right now. But the problem is we know the play isn't right, as Yogi's just making his way over towards the second segment of Skull Woods.
I know. It may not be the best play, but it is still a very good play. Because Swamp is required, and it has so many items that could help.
Yep.
I mean, almost, an hour and a half in, and neither player's got done?
Yeah, But in an hour and 24, you'd have to be going at blistering speed, given what this seed made these guys do to have it not done at this point. And we know that we've had racers finish up in 124, but those weren't kind of seeds that required you to get one thing to get one thing to get one thing to get one thing, quite like it did with the whole mirror boots flippers.
Yeah, that is true. Well, no, Aghanim mirror flute. Well, Aghanim mirror boots.
You're 100% correct.
Here we go. Aghanim.
Yep, and here we go, Yogi versus Mothula, and this is where, once again, Yogi is just going to be
wasting everything. Just wasting everything on him.
Mm-hmm. He's got the Butter Sword, which does the Tempered Sword damage on Mothula because of programming.
Yeah. He's got the Fire Rod, which looks like he's not even going to try to use it. And I wish you could shoot a silver arrow at him.
I wish you could hit Mothula in more ways than the ways that he actually does.
Yeah. And 5 rupees from him. Here you go. Take my $5.
Congratulations for beating me. Here's my life savings. So now, in Yogi's place here, his next play is to Turtle Rock. He's got everything he needs to beat this game.
Yep.
And wisely transports back to the light world before saving and quitting, because saving and quitting in the dark world after killing Aghanim with the mirror and the moon pearl
is going to lead him to pyramid power. This is going to lead him to pop.
And that's where he would like to be in about 25 minutes from now, but not right now.
Yeah. Does he think that BadmoonZ is also maybe running to Turtle Rock, or does he think he clearly has the lead?
At this stage in the game, you're probably thinking your opponent is hot on your heels. Especially
with the type of seed that they've got.
Yeah.
You're either thinking that, or you might be behind.
Yeah, you've got to be thinking that if you're in the lead, your opponent is hot on their heels. There's no breathing room.
Or you are slightly behind them.
Yep. And which in that case, you might be taking a few risks.
So we'll see which way he thinks he is. If he plays it a bit safer, we know he's thinking he's got this. At present, he does. It's Yogi's race to lose right now.
Pretty much at this point, because BadmoonZ still has to do Skull Woods once he's done with this, but he still needs the arsenal in order to get into Skull Woods.
Yeah, he basically needs the arsenal. Basically describes it. He needs to see the blacksmith for one, and then go unlock the chest. It really makes you wonder why you can't get the blacksmiths to give you a key. I mean, they are blacksmiths. Can't they just make a key?
They could, but they're too busy reuniting, swapping stories.
Yeah, swapping stories and fixing your sword. Especially since I think they're just tired after that because they had to actually waste so much magic and more on your sword. I think they're not like Watts. Like, you see what a mana reference. Ah, and Yogi with the big key. Yeah, I think he's got this in the bag, at least for Turtle Rock.
He pretty much does. The problem is, Yogi would have to have a huge setback for BadmoonZ to get back into this run.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what BadmoonZ is thinking right now. He's not finding anything he needs in Swamp Palace. Does he take a chance? Does he take a chance that a pendant dungeon might have an item?
I think he might think, have I missed anything in the overworld first? I know that's what I'd be thinking, because I really don't want to go into either Mire or Ice Palace. I think most runners would agree with me on that one.
But why wouldn't you want to go to Ice Palace? Isn't it the most scenic place in the face of this earth?
I have literally forgotten how to do parts of that, even in the vanilla route. I am not going to Ice Palace.
But it's on all the cruise brochures.
Yeah, and what was on the island again? It's not worth the 20 rupees to even get near that.
I mean, it's in the Hyrulean. It's in the Hyrulean cruise guide.
So is Turtle Rock, technically.
Yeah. Come see exciting things in Turtle Rock.
Like a three-headed monster.
Yeah.
That is not a dog.
What?
Cerberus.
It's not a dog?
No.
Jeez. BadmoonZ checking the island. Not happy to find that it's 20 rupees.
I think he already did check the hobo. No, wait, I think this is his first time.
Yeah, I think Yogi was the only one who checked the hobo earlier. Yogi, maybe trying to save a frame, ends up losing about 10 when he falls.
And he'll be rewarded for another heart.
Yeah, but that's not exactly what BadmoonZ wants.
Yeah. I just... There's hoping he... I think he's finally getting it.
Yes, he might be getting it. We'll see where he goes next, though.
And I think he'll be kicking himself.
I'm hoping he just doesn't go into Skull Woods thinking that the fire rod might be inside the dungeon.
Well, it's looking like he's not going to.
Yep, he knows he's got things to do here.
So, chat. Want to start the guesses on Cannon Tower tests?
Well, we might as well, as we get ready to face off against Trianex. There are going to be 22 possibilities in which the big key will appear in Ganon's Tower's basement. 1 through 22, put your guesses in the chat and figure out where yogidamonk is going to find this big key. And I'll turn to Magius and figure out what Magius thinks it's going to be.
I love the Cossack high as an answer, but my bet's usually 12.
12, huh?
I've got an affinity for the number 12. I was born on December 12th. So, well, it's a thing for me.
And BadmoonZ now getting the bombos, which is getting up to Turtle Rock.
What about you? What chest do you think?
So, I'm sometimes very wrong with my guessing in this number. But I think we're going to go ahead and pick number 17 today.
Always a good number. Plus, you also have the chat favorite of Bob.
Well, the Bob chest number 14 is always a fan favorite.
I mean, my choice on that one, you know, it's always a good one. It's in the same room as 12, if I recall. And I could be wrong there, but it's always a good chest.
17 is the last chest before you have to make your way back over to
The right side.
the right side. So, BadmoonZ is going to be bringing this chest back. He's got a few
Stuff's
errands
on
to
the
run
way.
before. Yep.
Now,
And in chest number 1, we find a piece of heart which completes a heart container and 20 rupees. That is a no.
Nope. Nope. Sorry. On that
The
one.
Hyrulean tour guide for Ganon's Tower is amazing fun.
Come meet Bob.
And his other all the other hideous creatures. BadmoonZ gets the powder. It's not
Always
what he wants to
useful.
find.
He's going to kick himself once he finds the rod.
Yep.
4, 5, 6.
Well, at that point in time is the inevitable wait for the dot
7.
done.
Yeah.
I just realized this. Neither of these runners has a shield. We have not seen any shields at all in this run.
Yeah. I mean, they could have bought the shield at some point.
Yeah, if they were desperate.
Yeah, but that does beg the question. It's the red mail that is literally letting them win.
And the fire rod pickup here for BadmoonZ, and he will flute his way and hope that he has not lost this run. Heading up
And
to...
he's now in go mode.
Yep.
Yeah, not having a shield. We've seen
Yeah.
not having the boots, but, no shield run yet for either of them. Do you actually take the last chest then, just to make sure it's not a shield?
Well, that depends what happens in this next room. We know this room became infamous a couple of nights ago because of what it had inside. BadmoonZ on go mode, heading right straight for Skullwoods.
Yep. I've lost count.
Well, this is going to be chests 10 through 13 here.
Oh,
That's
there's
10.
the mirror shield. So we won't have a shield this seed.
We find 2 hearts in here as well.
Unless, what, BadmoonZ doesn't get that chest? Because on the right side, he might just opt to go for the right. He might feel that he is behind, and right is a guess. I mean, I'm always up for the I'm always up for the clearing the right side and then maybe going to ice armor. Or clearing the right side, and if you have a spare key, going through, all of left again, because you do end up in the same chamber, technically. If you don't think it's going to be an ice armors.
Number 14 is a no.
Well, we're getting close to yours. Watch it end up actually being number 17.
It's a possibility, depending on how he opens these, if it does turn out to be in the room after these Armos nights.
I think he's not used to having a shield.
There's number 15 and 16 and 17. We're going right side.
Yeah.
So do you think it's in the tile room now?
I'd hope. But then, do you do the tile room first? No.
There's always a case for doing it and a case not for doing it. Yogi's opting not to.
I think if you have like one of those seeds that it's a blistering fast seed, you consider maybe not.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
You could clearly tell that it's a close race.
Well, yeah.
Now, if
You
it's a
could
slower one, I'd consider it. Just because, you might have hit a, breakout, piece on that one. And you might think your opponent might have missed something.
Mm-hmm. There's the big key. Number 18. So if you pick number 18 in your guesses, you win the following prize. A piece of our affection.
And a round of applause.
No refunds. See store for details. Feasel is not held responsible for any of these things that we are offering you people here in chat. No substitutions. Can I get cash instead of this?
Yeah, talk to Link after the game. He might be able to give you all of his rupees for your next seed. So what's your thought on the Mulderm 2 chest? Worth the get or ignoring it?
Ignoring it. I know there's a certain meme about having it being the validation chest and whether it's a disqualification according to the meme, but no.
I'm more of the opinion of it's worth getting if you clearly know you're ahead, you know you're coming in second, or if you believe in the old rumor about good RNG. And I'm always a fan of the possible good RNG. But Yogi making quick work of the gauntlet.
Oh yeah.
I just hope BadmoonZ does not get the mirror shield. Just so we can see someone finish without the shield.
Nah, it's right on the path.
Not really. If he decides to go right side first.
Have we seen any racer go right side?
Yes, we have. We've seen a few.
Which
I
is
think there was
surprising.
one last night that did that. But
You don't see a lot though.
yeah, you don't. My comment's always been if you're going to, at least consider going through the whole ice armors fight that way. Because that way, you know it's in the very beginning of the left side then, and you have the choice of actually, going back through there, and BadmoonZ picking up this big key for Turtle Rock.
And it's nice finding the key early on.
Yogi almost out of magic. But he'll pick up the full magic container here, which is always useful. I think at this point the Fire Rod and Ice Rod were the equivalent of the Ice and Fire Arrows in Ocarina, I think. And here's Mulderm 2.
So the question is will he go and get this chest at the end? I know we've been trying to say this beforehand. Will he have to go?
I don't know. And the question is, do you think your opponent will? And he does not.
He skips it over, says no.
I'm always a fan of checking it. If I clearly, just think it, for fun, or I clearly think I have a bit of an advantage.
He just completely decided to skip over it.
Yeah. But it'll be nice. Can he get the triple? At least a double.
He gets a nice double though, and he's got himself stacked up for a very good round here.
Oh, and a triple.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You can. He was greedy there. He was trying to push that final hit right there.
And he ended up getting hit twice.
Yeah. Like, you could tell at this point in time, he is thinking that BadmoonZ is right on his tail, because that showed the feeling of somebody who was trying to rush it.
Yeah, though BadmoonZ is right on his tail as he's getting close to Trinax right now. And now back to Pyramid Power.
And Yogi is now going off against Ganon, getting ready to finish things off. Has the silver arrows, the butter sword. This is going to be...
He found the mirror shield at last, having a shield.
Not a difficult fight coming up.
Yeah, I almost wish he didn't have the shield. And he's even using the can of burner strats. I just wish he could actually use that. Wish that would actually hit Ganon.
You really would like to see somebody do a run without a shield altogether. And we came so close to having it.
Yeah. We've seen bootless, we've seen, I think flipperless, mirrorless, but not shieldless. I mean, I'd love to see one without any of the, without, the least number of items possible. Like, no flute, no shield, just sword, just the regular arrows. I mean, true hardcore Link.
I think you have to... I think you're gonna have to look at one of the Mike the V runs that's done in in an hour 25.
Even then, they've still had it. Yeah, even then, they've still had the shield. Ben on either Mike the V or Andy runs.
Yep. Oh, Yogi getting right close to the ledge there. Gotta be careful, but is getting close to the finish line.
And
switches on over. Getting over to the top left corner. Silver arrows. Good night.
GG. GG. And with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 34 seconds. And even the time force tells him GG.
So congratulations to Yogi the Monk, and BadmoonZ grabbing the final crystal does acknowledge the end of the dot done in the IRC. So we hopefully will have Yogi the Monk coming on in for an interview in just a few moments. Knowing your opponent has finished, will we see a move to the right side here from BadmoonZ?
I think maybe, right now, it's more the fact of if you're close to if you're on pace to maybe having a PB, you might see left side. If not, depends. It depends. I mean, I know personally, I'd consider it just because, well, I've already lost, but let's have some fun. Then again, I'd also get the last chest and pull out the bug catching net before hacking him too. And I'd probably take off my glasses and actually fight him with basically bad eyesight then. But that's me. What about you, Rick? Would you?
Let me see. Against Dagger 2, maybe I would pull out the bug catching net. Have a little bit of fun that way.
Yeah, give the chat something fun. As I said, you always want to leave them smiling.
Well, if you're gonna go down, you might as well go down swinging.
Yeah, especially the bug catching net. I still find it sad that, a lot of the Zelda games have actually allowed you to at least a troll on at least one of the bosses.
And an interesting point that without a small key, there's less of an incentive to go to the right. And with that, let's go ahead and welcome into the booth with us the winner of the race, yogidamonk. Congratulations.
How are you, Yogi?
Hey, thanks. GG to BadmoonZ.
GG entirely. Your opponent is in Ganon's Tower looking for the big key right now.
Well, it's a tough one to find.
Yeah.
Unless you go right first.
And
We
which
were
he did
hoping.
not.
Yeah, we were hoping because both of you never picked up a shield. He still hasn't.
Oh,
Which makes me wonder if all three were in Ganon's Tower. So we're getting through the later stage. We're getting through the hour mark, and you've yet to find the ice rod, which is the last component for you to be on go mode. How nervous were you about the ice rod maybe showing up in a pendant dungeon like the Ice Palace or Misery Mire?
Or even in the sword.
oh, that's my least favorite thing to be missing. The ice rod. I mean, it can be a turtle rock, mimic cave, it could be pyramid, like fat fairy. It could be anywhere. So
Yeah.
just kind of lucky that it just happened to be in a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, that's always useful.
Well, how about this seed with the placement of the boots that you needed to pull out the flippers?
That you needed to beat Aga 1 for.
Yeah, pretty awkward at the beginning. I especially find it awkward when I don't find mirror for a long time. I was actually kind of fumbling around, like when I took that pyramid portal, and I was gonna go to pod like right away because I could do pod, but I got distracted by the hype cave. I was like, these money signs like came over my eyes, and I was like, ooh, let's go do hype cave real quick. But I could have just went to Link's house portal for that. So I'm just running around all over the place, and then I missed mirror and pod for a while, which made things awkward. And then I got those same dollar signs on my eyes when I saw the boots, and then feels bad, man, when I got up there and didn't have the meter.
It happens. It really does happen.
A lot of kind of routing errors on my part.
And the pocket change was in the Master Sword.
I hope you enjoy those single
Calcast.
rupees.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
both of you guys made... BadmoonZ made the decision to go to Aga a little bit later, but what made you go to Aga as early as you did? What was it, about 11 minutes into the run?
Yeah, I mean, I had the golden sword, and I saw flippers up there, and usually you do need flippers. I mean, sure, it's safer to look at the Dark World, the crystals first, but I just figured I would need them, so I wanted to see what was on pyramid, and maybe the pyramid item would help my mountain trip a bit more, but...
Yeah, those arrows really did make your
help.
mountain plans a little bit better.
Yeah. Most with BadmoonZ had actually gone to Blacksmith and the chest instead of going into Swamp. And up till that point, you both were neck and neck. And he even had the flute.
I think I heard he went into Eastern after the run was over.
Yeah,
Eastern
he ended up
had
going...
the flute.
Yeah, he went... Well, Eastern had the shovel that shielded you the flute.
Yeah,
And
the green Eastern is always tempting, but I didn't feel like I was desperate enough to go in there.
I'm always a fan of at least semi-checking it. If if it's a crystal, even if it's, a pendant, it sort of is worth it just for the extra item. Especially if you have silver arrows. Because that basically makes it even faster.
I mean, I felt like I had plenty of other better options to do at the time than dive independent dungeon.
Well, that is true. So how happy were you that you didn't have to do mire or ice?
I don't know. I don't really mind mire or ice.
I know most people hate them.
If I have to look for items in ice, then it's a pain. But...
Yeah.
I got stuck on that stupid Bombos jump. I was going Bombos to desert and the game soft-locked.
Yeah. I heard apparently they made it so that you can move faster. after you start it. Which I guess is technically a good job at BadmoonZ taking a death. But at least he's got a
That's-
fairy.
Yeah, he's got a fairy, but you never want to take a death on Gan's Tower. And as the stats do go through, put in the chat how many bonks you think yogidamonk has.
Yeah. But I think your menu time was actually decent.
So this now puts you at 1-1 in the tournament, with the loss to In the Name of DT, but you still got Cat and Mysticum coming up. Your plans for those races?
Just continue training as always.
And have fun.
I think Carcat is pretty strong, no?
Yeah. Wait, who knows? You might actually beat him.
Might come down to you two to figure out who's going to be moving on to the brackets soon enough. And 16 bonks. And times fluted 1. The good old, I don't have the flute, but yet I can still go off Ganon's tower with it.
Nice.
I love the exact 1,000 rupees spent.
Yeah. And a 324 item menu time. Pretty good. It's respectable. It's not too, it's not too high, but it's, low enough that you can still respect it.
It's all right.
Yeah, so complain just about being over 4 minutes.
So congratulations to you as you even up your record and continuing through this tournament. BadmoonZ now finishing off the Lamolas, getting ready to deal with the Wizrobes on floor 5.
And then his takes a fall. Is he trying? Wow.
I think he's trying to get that jar.
Yeah, I think so too. I only remember he has a boomerang. As I said, it actually is useful sometimes.
Alright guys, thanks for the restream and commentary.
Not a problem.
Gonna take off.
Thank you very much for joining us, yogidamonk, and be sure to follow our runners as BadmoonZ continues to Ganon's Tower on his way.
Yeah.
Thanks guys.
Finishing up the gauntlet now.
Yep. Will he check the Moldern chest? Well, I'm not certain if he will. But his runs, I mean, he already knows where his opponent finished, so there's a possibility he might.
He might on that one, and I sort of hope he does. Because I just want to know what's in the last chest of the game. Chat, any guesses? I mean, he literally has every item in the game, except for the pendants.
Couch cash.
20 rupees, you think?
Yep, couch cash indeed.
I'd love it to be the trolliest of troll items. If any of the other shields are in the dungeon, give him the fighter's shield. As that would be such a troll.
Getting himself a little locked in there with the between the orbs, the crystal switches, that is.
That's one of the nice things I like about A Link Between Worlds. You actually can get off of them. And the 2 hit to Moldorm too. And will he have his run validated? He will! More bombs.
That was so worth it.
Well, hey, I think he got every bomb drop the game could give him in a chest.
Where's he gonna store those bombs? He's got 25 on his arsenal.
Bomb belt? Just like Batman literally has his whole, belt of gadgets. I mean, I guess that's sort of where Link stores all this stuff, because I don't think he has a pocket for it. Or an interdimensional sack. Or something like that. I don't think if I was Link, I'd be wanting to store them in a few certain places. I mean, where would you store all those bombs and other items if you go the old Doom Guy approach and just throw it all, on me?
We'll make it like Inspector Gadget.
Go Fire Rod. Go Hookshot Arm.
Go Link's crossbow. Oh wait, different game.
Yeah, that's crossbow training.
BadmoonZ gets Ganon, Aga 2 down, and it's off to Ganon.
Yep. So let's wish him good luck on Ganon, which is probably not going to be that bad for him. Just a little over 2 hours.
Still a respectable time.
Yes, it is.
Most
It's
runners,
very respectable.
most runners who don't have, well, a lot of runners. I'm not gonna quantify them. A lot of runners would love to have a 2-hour seed.
I know for myself, I would love to do that. If I could actually get, the full, actual efficient routing down. Now, mind you, I am usually not using an actual tracker or anything like that. I'm just purely going on my mind's memory. And go ahead.
That's difficult, isn't it?
It is, but at the same point, it's the whole fact of it works. It's just not good for the streamers. Because chat really does want to know where stuff is.
Hey, did you find the arrows in the light world?
I think it actually did mention Hera.
BadmoonZ does not get the torch glitch, unfortunately.
But for silvers, as noted, you really don't need it.
Gotta be careful of the magic, though. Not a whole lot,
Yeah,
but it does have a green potion, though.
I still want to see the legendary one cycle.
Oh, falls!
crap. I mean, it should be possible since you can get 3 hits on him.
I love the tugging of the wall in frustration.
Essentially, he's tugging the wall because they won't let the bonk his head on it. But no, it should theoretically be possible. I know it is possible for for a 2 cycle on the last part of Ganon. I would love to see someone just hit that perfect pixel spot where they can get all 4 hits. Rick, you think that is actually possible?
For a 2 cycle or a 1 cycle?
For a 1 cycle. Like getting that perfect pixel location.
Maybe a task could pull it off. I mean, these runners here are very happy they can get 2 in one certain cycle.
I know, and I'm happy for them. As a fan of the game, I would love to see an actual person do that. Then again, I'm the person who would actually love to see someone actually somehow manage to actually hover through part of Turtle Rock.
My goodness, that would be quite the feat right there.
Yeah, Andy, if you're in chat, start practicing.
He's not, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
BadmoonZ able to get the
Torch glitch
this time. Yep.
Which is good because it'll save him on some magic.
Ooh, gets the double.
And almost a triple.
And just 1 hit away.
Yep.
And down goes Ganon.
GG.
How about a
GG.
GG for both of these runners?
And with an SRL time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Great run for both of these runners here.
Yes, it was. A very good run.
Came down to one big important factor, and who got the last important item last.
Yeah. And who got the Smith's reward?
And we welcome BadmoonZ to the post-race interview. Nice run.
Yeah.
Thank
nice
you.
run,
Good
man.
games. Good games.
Very good. So I have to ask, what made you decide to go to Swamp versus checking Thieves Town for the Smith and the Purple Chest?
I was just in. My thinking was I was clear out the dungeons while I could. So like my plan was like get the flippers. All right. Like what was it? It was like a long chain to get the mirror, to get the boots, to get the flippers, and then I was just gonna clear as many dungeons as I could.
Yeah, that is a smart play. Rick, you got anything?
I think if I went to Thieves Town first and found the fire rod in the chest, then clearing out the other dungeons would have been that much faster.
Yeah. Though you were the only one to find the flute.
Oh, I don't even remember where it was. Was it in the Eastern?
It was
Temple?
Eastern with shovel.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another gamble. I really didn't want to do Palace of Darkness without the mirror. That really messes up the route.
And then, of course, to have the Palace of Darkness have the mirror inside of it.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go over to Eastern Palace instead of going to a Crystal Dungeon?
I think at the time I couldn't complete any Crystal Dungeons other than Palace of Darkness. And I don't know, there's the 3 chests at Sarasala that I never checked, and then it was the green pendant also, so it's kind of an extra item. At the time, I was also missing Fire Rod and Bombos and Ice Rod even, I think. So there's a lot of items to find still.
And pretty much what the run came down to towards the later stages was who was going to get the essential item last. You were the first one to find the Ice Rod, but unfortunately you were the first one to find the Ice Rod, but unfortunately the last to find the last 2 major components, the Fire Rod and the Bombos.
Yeah, it's always that one item hiding somewhere.
Are you happy, though, that you didn't have to actually go through the pedestal?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm sure, the viewers are always rooting for that. But as a player, you don't want to have to deal with that.
I know. Though the way this seed was, it surely for the longest time felt like the sword might have been required.
Yeah, there was a lot of running around at the beginning.
Yeah. You want to know what was in the sword anyway?
Yes, I do.
Pocket change.
I should have guessed. That would have been my guess.
Well, good on you for at least, doing the best here. Though, unlike Yogi, he actually did soft lock his game once.
Oh my.
Yeah, with the Bombos tablet dropping off.
Oh, alright, yeah. Gotta be careful with that. The other one I always worry about is the chicken house in Kariko Village. Don't pick up those chickens. It's not worth it. If you're unaware, sometimes when you pick those chickens up right as the bomb goes off, you cannot throw the chicken, and there's no way out other than resetting.
I did not know that. Learn something every day.
But there's also the mini game too. You can, if you time it right, you can throw that chicken through the bomb hole into the next room.
Yeah, we've seen that
Risk
happen.
and reward.
But still, you actually got every one of Link's items.
Seems to happen a lot when I play. I think it's actually a weakness I have. I check too many spots, but I don't, maybe there's better routing I could do.
I thought your routing was actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that your decision to go through Eastern turned out to in the long run not pay out because the flute wasn't required, nor was the magic cape.
Yeah.
Though the flute actually would have helped you catch up, in the long run. If you had found, Fire Rod and Bombos earlier. That's because of movement speed.
Yeah, exactly. With being bootless for so long, the flute was actually a welcome sight.
Yeah. Though we were really hoping you wouldn't pick up the mirror shield. At least I was.
Yeah, Magi is here, so hoping for that shield this run.
It was a close call. Almost didn't get it. You just needed the big key to be a little bit earlier in the Ganon.
That or you would have had to check all of right side.
That's true. I could have went right side first.
But any guesses on your bonk count? Chat?
I don't know yet. It's coming up really quickly. I'm looking at my stats right now.
Yeah.
Say 24.
24 sounds good. I'll go on the low end and say 12. And as chat, you can point out that I basically stated why I used to choose 12.
I know what it is now, but part of it is we got boots late, so I probably overestimated a bit here.
Yeah, I think we got a low count on both ends today.
Yeah.
So, still 2:03 is still a good time.
Yeah, I always, if it could have been a couple minutes quicker in under 2 hours, it always feels a little bit better.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Wow, off by 1.
You were close.
Yeah.
I almost spoiled it.
It's okay. And menu time of 4:04. Not that bad.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, you always want to get that. The lower you get that, that's just free time you're saving.
Yeah,
it's always something to work on.
It takes a bit of the movement, but even if you're not good at it, just do your best until you can figure out the movement for that one.
What I've been doing lately, which maybe newbie help, I think about it before I go into my menu. Like, if I'm on hookshot, I mean, that's kind of an easier one. I just know, okay, menu, right, bombs, go, if I wanted bombs. Rather than menu, what would I want? Where is it? Okay, there. Oh, there's a hole. Now I'm on the wrong side. Sometimes you have to recover.
I know sometimes for myself, I'll just tend to pick an item, once I'm done using an item, I'll just throw that back in and just pick something that I'll normally use on a regular basis.
Oh, so you have like memory of where you're coming from always.
Yeah, it's like because vanilla, I'll just usually leave the boomerang on there because it's so useful. As much as people think it is not useful, when you're wandering around trying to get health and rupees, just being able to throw that out, have it start to come back to you, and just keep moving is actually a benefit.
Yeah, I made use of it after I walked into the pit on my own like 3 times in a row at one point.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were trying to actually take intentional death. At least I did.
Yep. No, that's one of the things I do. I walk into pits for no reason. You get like 4 or 5 of those a game.
Hey, talk to Andy. He might be able to teach you how to hover. He tends to do that himself. But again, he has the magic of being able to hover.
Yeah, it's a skill I think I'm not quite at yet.
Yeah, I know I'm not. I know I can manage to do you're just about off the edge of a pit normally, be able to actually move over some just walking. But that's more of you're on and off at the same time, so it's that sort of half a hover.
Yeah, like you're recovering or going over a little tiny edge.
Yeah, and it's just like it's making you fall, but then you're able to just keep moving fast enough that you won't fall.
Well, thank you guys for commentating. It's always appreciated, and it's always fun to go back and look and hear your guys' thoughts afterwards.
And that's always good. And I'm always glad that you guys let us do that.
Alright, well,
So nice run there, and let's give it up for both of these runners.
Again.
All right, stay tuned because coming up here on Speed Gaming 2, we still have one more race tonight. It's going to be between Fanhome 666 versus Jack Mus. It'll be beginning really soon here on Speed Gaming 2. Also, don't forget we got a big schedule of races tomorrow, and it begins at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 7 hours from now.
Yeah, I'll probably be awake watching it because I've got a commentary for 3 p.m. on that.
So if you want to find out what's going on with the schedule, just do exclamation point ALTTP. You know, it's been a lot of fun. This tournament's been really wonderful through the first 18 days, and we still got a lot of exciting matches on the way, including some that could be deciding whether or not we have race-offs. So stay tuned here. We got a lot of great things going on in the tournament. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight, and I'll let my partner kick us on out of here for right now. I'm Adirondack Rick for Fizo and the crew here. Thank you for joining us. And Magius, how about you take us out?
Okay, everybody. Well, I don't know who's commentating next, but actually, hold on, and I'll check right now. But, yeah. Give me a second here. Well. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, I'll let next check.